What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about an interview that Meet Kevin did with the legendary Harry Dent a few weeks ago when he said the market's going to crash by about 86%, taking Bitcoin down to 3,000 by the end of this year. What? So the obvious question of this day is, if that actually happened, might it be the best thing ever? All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thursday. I see it. Boom, boom, boom. They're just going off like motherfucking rockets. If you're not having fun inside of the Discord, because we got 4 or 5 stocks up 10, 15, or even 25% on the A stock back over 17, then you're in the wrong place. As a matter of fact, you need to go to shopsmallbiz.com, which is blowing up over 70% year-over-year growth, and cancel your account today, because the 25% seats that we have left have got to be people who can take a fucking punch. You can follow directions. We're not looking for day traders. No scalpers allowed. We typically own a stock for 30 to 60 days. We've averaged, to be exact, 32.7% over the last 2 years. And wait for it. I've been right 92.5% of the time. Yes, that's true. If I said to you, give me the last 10 winners, you couldn't come up with it. But if I said, give me a few losses that we've had, more in MCOM and that C stock, right? Boom, you can give me the answers right away. You motherfucking glass half empty motherfuckers that are inside of the Discord are harassing me on social media. Oh, how come you don't talk about the EIDO anymore? I don't know. Maybe because it closed down 2 years ago and there's nothing we can do to get it reopened, at least not right now. So I went on and opened up a business to promote small business owners from all over the world, to help some people make $50,000 to $100,000 a month. And most of you watching got not one, but 2 unlubricated thumbs up your ass. And there's not much I can do. But for those of you that are inside of the Discord, or a tiny number that are on the fence right now, I want to talk about an interview, and I'll try to share the link below. It's inside of the Discord, where Meet Kevin interviewed Harry Dent, who's been about, I'd say right half the time. He called the melt up in the 90s. He called the Great Recession of 07, 08, but he's been wrong several times over the last 25 years. He was on Meet Kevin's jet, and set the personalities aside. Meet Kevin, you could say what you want about him. He's a very intelligent guy, obviously done well for himself. And he did a good job of asking questions without getting opinionated. We'd like to see what he really thinks of what Harry had to say. But I'm going to summarize the 30-minute video in about 30 seconds. Harry is an Elliott wave guy that for the most part, that depends on cycles and demographics and birth rates. The more births in a given country, like India, the greater the opportunity economically and inside of the stock market. Harry says China's going down, much the same as Japan has. The only reason their stock market is at all-time highs is because the government of Japan actually owns almost 70% of the outstanding shares of all the ETFs. They're publicly on record saying that they're actively buying stock every day. I don't think the U.S. is doing that, although we have what's called the plunge protection team that's rumored to be in Belgium, because the futures were getting hammered overnight with Japan down 1.25%. And all of a sudden at 3:30, 4 o'clock, once again, here comes the buying in front of the State of the Union address. Weekend at Bernie's. So they're obviously playing games, but I want to entertain you with the possibility that what if we have a cataclysmic crash this year? What if Harry Dent is, let's say, half right? What if we get a typical bear market drawdown of 37%, which lasts exactly 9.6 months, 40 times since 1900? I can give you all the stats. It's about 9 months. You go down about 37%. What if that happens over the course of the next 6 months, heading into the election? One side's desperate to hang on to power. The other one wants to reclaim it back. Anything is possible. A nuke, bring down the grid, this disease X that they're talking about, another scamdemic. I don't know, but what if it happens? Well, as Tammy Murphy and the Italian from Laguna Beach and Ryan, who I promoted today, if you're in South Florida, You need a limo, a party bus, or a town car for a wedding, a graduation, or a corporate event? Inside the Discord, it's Ryan T. On Twitter and around the world on social media, it's Family Car Service. Reach out to Ryan, who's been with us since the very beginning, and tell him I sent you. But if you're in the stock market like myself, for the next 5 or 10 years till you retire, I'm 65 at 2035. I think that's subsequently how long this secular bull market is going to last. So I obviously disagree with Harry. I don't see any way in hell that Jerome Powell, who's doing a decent job of walking a straight line in Congress again today, is going to allow the Biden administration to get absolutely decimated with an 86% crash, or crypto, which will wipe out Miami and everywhere else that's big on the coins all over the world by dropping to 3,000. It's a scary interview, but it's very informative. Just when you think that Harry's off his rocker, he's really not. I think his timing is off. I don't think the big crash is going to come right now or even next year. Possible on the anniversary of 1929 in a few years, maybe. But I think this is 1989 when the boomers led to a massive melt up, and I've talked about this many times, to the dot-com bubble burst in 2000. We had the Gulf War recession. We had the long-term capital crisis of October of 98, nearly wiped me out, but it also made me rich. Basically, a hedge fund blew up in October. I was lucky I had a $50,000 paycheck coming in that month. I had a Janus mutual fund. I said, okay, you just got crushed in your trading account. Your clients are pissed off, but you need to take 40,000 of that 50,000 and put it in the market. It was within a day or two of the low. And when I went to go buy my house or build one in March of 2000, I sold that fucking fund 2 weeks before the crash, I believe on March the 24th of 2000. So if you're like me, you're at least 5 or 10 years away. The greatest thing that could happen is a crash, whether it's a semi-crash or cataclysmic, as Harry's calling for. Why? What have I been saying for the last, 2 years? There's two parts of what we do: investing and trading. You marry your mutual funds, you date your stocks. 80% of your money or thereabouts should be in the SPY, the QQQ, and the IWM. That's the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and the Russell 2000 small cap. 2,600 companies in 3 tradable ETFs. Yeah, I see it. Holy shit, I see it. The R stock? I mean, come on. How many more fucking times do I have to be right? Look at that thing. I'm not selling until it's up a little higher. I see the other ones, 17 and a half. What'd we sell? 178? Let's just pause. Let's just soak this up for a moment. Thank you, God, for all the blessings that you have bestowed upon us. And a moment of silence for over 50 people who have fired me in the last several months because they couldn't stand the idea of waiting for a stock to work or paying me an extra 80 cents a day come April the 1st. 75 for the Discord, 85 for premium if you got a small biz, which has everything. You'll get 50 to 100, if not more, ROI on your money. But if we get a crash, that's what we want, because we want to what? 1, buy and hold until retirement. So you're in your IRA, your 401k, you're adding every month into the S&P 500, into the NASDAQ 100, which has got the most juice, the most beta, and the Russell 2000 small cap. If you have no discipline and you're scared of your own shadow, you get the index funds. If you want to buy before and after market and you're like myself, you get the ETFs. So you buy and you hold. You add every month. So you're not loading the boat at 510 on the S&P or the SPY. I'm a little distracted right now, okay? I got 2 stocks running in the middle of a video. And we don't edit around here, so if you're new, motherfucking welcome, and get your ass inside of the Discord at shopsmallbiz.com. But I will help you invest, buy and hold. That's secret number 1. And number 2 is you double down, you triple down during bear markets or cataclysmic events that Harry Dent is calling for. Because if you ask Tammy Murphy, as I think I alluded to a few minutes ago, and the Laguna Italian at Laguna Beach inside of our Discord, they'll tell you that we made money hand over fist in 2022. We were stacking cash to the ceiling. Why is that? Well, Stock Market 101, oftentimes when the major averages, the NVIDIAs, the Teslas, and they all start to implode, Fund managers, speculators, and dumb retail go looking for something to make money. And in 2022, it was small caps. And now that the Fed's going to start cutting in the next 3 or 4 months, its odds are, because valuations as of October 27 were at a 25-year low for the IWM versus the SPY, the odds are the winds that are back over the next 10 years. I'm telling you fucking right now. If the markets implode and we can buy double or triple in our retirement accounts in the form of index funds and ETFs, and then the other 10, 20, 30% of your money or thereabouts, depending on your risk tolerance, you can lean on guys like me who have been in the weeds for 30 years, half of that as a broker, from 93 to 2007. You and me and about 500 of your friends can make a motherfucking fortune over the next 10 years and perhaps beyond. So until next time, always remember that if the entire world falls apart, it's going to be a blessing in disguise. And thank you so very much for watching. Can you believe it?